Hey, Music Xray. My name's Brandon Cyrano Tatum. I am the co-founder, co-president, and global head of business and legal affairs at Audity Music, which is a music publishing, music consultation, and music management company founded by myself and my partner, co-founder Dominic Rodriguez, who's actually a multi-platinum music producer. Our company focuses very intensely on international music business. We have a lot of activity in territories outside of the United States, including places in Asia, such as Korea, where Dom is based, Japan, Taiwan, China, Hong Kong. We pretty much work everywhere, London, Sweden, and we also work in the US, but we like to focus on the international markets because we feel that's a niche for us that a lot of other companies cannot provide at the level that we do. I'm listening for the feel that it gives me initially. And so I don't try to put on my A&R ears and listen very heavily and judge the song from a very detail-oriented position. I just try to see what feel that it gives me initially. Does it feel like a hit? Does it feel like something that could be commercially viable and competitive? And then after I go through that first listen, I then listen more specifically and more closely to specific details, such as how is the top line? Is this a quality singer? Is it a quality melody on top of the track? And what is the track doing? Is it an interesting drum pattern? Is it an interesting melody? Is it an interesting arrangement? And then I start to consider whether or not the writer or the songwriter or the producer has a feel for the market that they're seeking to pitch this music to. For example, a record that's really cool and really hot and urban and groovy in the US may not necessarily work in a place like Japan, where they're not looking for the same urban style. They like things a little bit more corny, I would say, in the J-pop sound, versus somewhere like Korea, where a lot of their music imitates a lot of the sounds that was coming out of the US, perhaps in the late 1990s, and they are looking for music that's more edgy, that has a more urban R&B edge to it. And even for songs like ballads, I'm listening for whether or not just if the lyrical portion hits me, but also whether or not that particular ballad works in various markets, because a Japanese ballad or a Taiwanese ballad sounds nothing like something that Celine Dion would sing, for example. So I'm really looking to see if it works in the market where we're shooting for.
Great.
Okay. Yeah, if we select somebody's submission, we are primarily looking for right now to work with them as our song plugin client, meaning that we will take their catalog and we will pitch it to a great variety of leads that we think it works for in various territories around the world. With, again, our particular and special niche being Asia and all Asian territories. But also we pitch music in the UK and Sweden, all over Europe and the US. So that's the first thing. We will want to pitch their music and see how that goes. And if it's really working, we would be interested in signing them to publishing relationships. Additionally, for pure music producers and beat makers, we're always interested in not just pitching their music, but also in management of producers as well. And we haven't gotten a whole lot into artist management yet, but we plan to move in that direction eventually. We love Music Xray. We feel that it is one of the most efficient ways to not only hear great new music, but to also sort through and avoid hearing a lot of the not so good submissions that we would otherwise receive on a regular basis. It somehow just cuts through the nonsense and allows us to get right to the people who are serious about their career and who also understand that this is a profession, it's a business for us. And when we give a response or feedback, it's coming from a place that's professional. It means that we're listening to decide if this will work in markets where we work day in and day out. And we're never going to try to hurt anybody or hurt their feelings or tell them any advice that we don't absolutely believe is correct and will help them in their process. And we actually appreciate the ability to provide that feedback in a very simple format on Music Xray. We also like that we're able to post songs to Music Xray that are sort of like seed songs that allows us to find other songs that are similar to something that we're looking for, because a lot of times the leads that we're looking for year in and year out are pretty much very specific. Like if there's a girl's generation needs a hit pop record that people can dance to and sing along with, that's exactly what we're looking for, you know, and Music Xray allows us to find that pretty quickly. So we appreciate it.